Do you have a small workshop? Then this video is for you. I'm Emil, the practical engineer, and today I'm making a router table with a movable fence and dust collection.
I'm making the router table from one small sheet of plywood, and since most of the parts need to be the same width, I'm first cutting the whole sheet to that size, so I later only have to cut the parts to the length.
Most routers have slots where you can put some metal rods in. It's often used for guide rails and stuff like that. But I'm gonna use it on my router table because for me it's really important that I can put it in quick and take it off without a lot of screwing, because I only have one router. The router table consists of basically three parts. The top part, which is the table. Then this acts as a spacer for the metal rods and as a stiffener for the table. And then there's the third part that just basically holds the metal rods.
I'm using my track saw to cut the grooves for the rods to be clamped in, and since you really want to clamp the rods in place, you want to have the remaining wood at the bottom of the groove match the height of the rods when they're clamped in your router.
For the rods that hold the router in place, you can use the rods that come with your router, but if you want to use them for other purposes as well, it's not that handy. You can also use any other metal rod that has the same diameter. So I had this laying around, I'm gonna use this.
I repeated the groove cutting process on the clamping plate as well. Remember, it still has to clamp the rods, so don't make the grooves too deep. After preparing the clamping setup, I glued two pieces of the top, and I also drove in some screws so I could move on with the project straight away and didn't have to wait for the glue to dry.
I'm roughening up the ends of the rods that will be clamped. I do this because the clamping is nice, but I also want to put some construction adhesive in between just to make sure, because I wouldn't enjoy it a whole lot if the router would come out. By roughening up the surface, it has a bit more grip. The glue has something to grip on. I want to be able to mount the router table right here, but I also want to remove it from time to time because my workshop is not so big, otherwise it's in the way. So when I made this table, I made it kind of modular. So I have some grooves I made in the side here, and I can put some 20 by 20 millimeter square tubing in there that I can mount on the router table, that I can just slide it in, slide it out whenever I don't use it anymore.
When the table was mounted to my workbench, I could finally test the router on there. Also, I used a drill bit in the router to drill a center hole for the larger hole, which the router bits will pass through when using the router table. Now the base of the router table is all done, it's time to move on to the fence. By clamping the two plates of the fence together, allows me to drill the hole for the router bit in the same spot on both sheets. I'm mounting the router table fence with some glue on the large panels and screwing the side panels on with some glue in between as well. When you're screwing in the sides of plywood, you always want to pre-drill it into the wood, because otherwise the plywood might split. I'm using both wood glue and hot glue to mount the dust collection. Wood glue for the strength and the hot glue basically as a clamp because it instantly sets.
There it is. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget, dare to experiment and have fun creating. See you next week.